Check, 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 check. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. If anybody wants to let me know that I have sound, Thrifty Angela, if you could let me know if I fixed it, please. Thank you very much for pointing it out, though. I appreciate that. I reset my computer and the internet and everything else about an hour before we start, so I unplugged my microphone, and then sometimes I forget to change the setting when I put it back. So thank you very much. And I hope I lost my place there, but that's okay. So LC Lifestyle, good to see you back. That Blue Moon and London Kev, thanks for being back again. I just want to ask you both something. You were both just informed that somebody left packages for you. I just want to make sure that you got them. If anybody said that they left you a package and it's not there, then please just let me know if you don't mind. Thank you very much for that. And then we're skipping ahead. Travel Around, always good to have you in the house, so thank you for coming back. The Dude Rocks, always great to have you here, so thank you for coming back. Lizabitty, must be your first time here with TuberChat, so forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but I hope you feel welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house, a lot of generous and genuine supporters, so you will find yourself meeting some new friends and family members in no time if that's what you'd like. What I'll ask is that you take your time, have fun with it, and read the instructions at the bottom of the screen for the procedure, and I'll go over it in just a quick second. And Eating with Miss P is our featured channel, so thank you for coming in and hanging out in the chat so that we can talk about your channel and say pleasant things. There's Thrifty Angela. I know I mentioned you already, but thank you very much, especially for helping me out with the sound there. Justin Mello, thanks for coming back in. So it looks like we got a handful of familiar faces in the house, including Arizona Insider, who just walked in. So the way that we connect with people here at TuberChat is you leave a single emoji next to somebody's name in the chat. That lets them know that you want to connect with them. You can say, I'm on the way to your house if you want, or something like that. And then when you get to their channel, you watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it registers with the YouTube algorithms. Then leave a meaningful, genuine comment of at least a couple of full sentences, and give the creator a thumbs up always, because we should always be doing that for each other. And if you enjoy their content, you subscribe to them and then come back into the chat here. And we subscribe to everybody at TuberChat. Come back, leave a double emoji next to their name. That lets them know that you have secured that connection the right way, and then just say something about the video that you watched so that they can find your comment easily and then come back and do the same thing for your channel. Oh, we got a couple of, I'm getting my notifications. So Justin Mello just shared, and Eating with Miss P just shared. So thank you very much. If anybody does have the ability to share the stream out, of course, I would love it. It helps us get more people in here so we can maximize impact for everybody, whether it's on your community tab or Facebook or Twitter or Reddit or Instagram or anywhere else. So I'll appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up. I know if you're on a phone, you have to turn the chat off to do it. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment, but we have to be reminded sometimes. So thank you for doing that as well, everybody. And then, yeah, we're all good. Okay, so I think I'm caught up. So thank you very much. There was something I wanted to mention right before. Oh dear, I forget. Yeah, I thought there was something specific I was going to say, and it's before we were going to talk about the chat and everything else. So I was in a live stream with Eating with Miss P earlier today, and we were talking about the different rules that people have in different live stream chats. You always must be, it's proper etiquette to always be respectful of the host. When you walk into a live stream, you should be saying hello to the host, hopefully having patience for them to get around to welcoming you, because as you know, I'm the worst at it when it comes to keeping up with the chat because I talk too much, and sometimes I fall behind, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. But then as well, the host will always have rules. So you can take a moment when you visit a new person's live stream that you're not familiar with and make sure that you understand the etiquette of that particular chat, because the rules change. It's very confusing sometimes. And as we move on in time, it seems that the chats and live streams like this are getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So, for instance, when tuberchat was invented only a few short months, ago, I took all the rules I learned from the hosts that I respected that ran the live streams where I gained hundreds and hundreds of subscribers, and I added all of those into here. However, I put a great banned words list together that is not mine. I downloaded it. It's available for everybody. And then I added a few things to it. That's why we don't do handshaking. We don't do finger pointing and stuff like that. Most often, you'll find hosts asking you to limit your emojis to 2, if possible, 1 or 2. That's why I make my procedure the way that I do. So you leave a single emoji when you're going to connect with somebody, a double emoji when you're done, and that's about it. But there's a lot of question lately from people talking about these emojis and whether they affect your watch time. So I'm going to show you something right now. I want you, if you don't mind, have a look through the chat and you'll see we've got an average number of emojis running through right now. Nothing spectacular, not too many, not too few. It's just about fine. I will ask you if you can just to limit it to 2, just because that's the biggest uniform way of doing it. But I'm going to go and I'm going to show you right now. A few people have talked about the idea lately. I've been getting messages and having conversations as to whether emojis in chats can affect your watch time. And I'll show you how I don't believe that. I will show you my watch time for tuberchat, and you'll see exactly how we're doing. My BS life. Yeah, I'm all good. And then I just want to make sure I've caught up. Daniel Live Forever. I'm so sorry. Is it Daniel Live Forever or Daniel Live Forever? Forgive me. I just want to say it right. I want to say it the way you want it to be said when you're here. But thank you very much. And then Philly Girl, I'm glad that you're here. Wayne's Adventure, good to see you again. So thank you for coming in. Mickey 404, I always appreciate the support from you. Okay, it looks like we're set. And if you guys have questions, stuff like that, I'm happy to answer those as best I can. Later today, we got a few things going on. So later today, My BS Life, who's in the chat right now with us, and a previously featured channel from tuberchat, loyal and dedicated supporter, has a premiere coming up at 4 o'clock. So if you haven't already connected with My BS Life, I hope that you will. And just want to let you know he does have that coming up. I will be going live afterwards at 4:30 p.m. I said 4 o'clock, but it's 4 o'clock Eastern time. I forget about time zones sometimes. I'm going live a half an hour after his start time, which is 4:30 p.m. Eastern on my personal channel. I'll leave a message in the chat for my personal channel so that you can connect with me there if you'd like to. And I was going to go out into Niagara Falls today where I live. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's a big tourist town. It's beautiful, and I really love living here and this and that, and I like to show it off. So I was going to do that, but we're expecting bad thunderstorms. As it is, it's very possible it could knock our stream out. If the stream goes down today, I will do everything I can to get it back. Because if we experience a power outage and stuff like that, I have the battery backup, so my equipment's protected and all that kind of stuff. But if we lose the internet, I'll try to get it back. But if it goes, that's the reason. So if you want to follow me there, we'll do a Q&A. So you can talk to me about anything that you'd like to know, anything that I could possibly help with, and maybe we can learn from each other. So that's a thought. Justin Mello, yes, thank you. And then if anybody has, yeah, Mickey 404, it's something that goes on in the world of these growth streams, like what I'm doing here with tuberchat. There's a lot of talk about emojis, like whether it's too many or not. Now, I just ask everybody to stick to 2 because that's what I learned 6 or 7 months ago before I started. Makes sense. We don't want too many because chats like this are under the microscope. Live streams like this are under the microscope with YouTube because they don't want sub for sub behavior. Now, I'm not promoting that. We're doing something much more loyal and dedicated, if you want to put it that way. But it still is of concern. But I'm going to show everybody that I don't believe we need to be concerned with using emojis at all. There's a lot of people coming out with rules now saying don't use emojis at all. And I think that's a bit much. Same with numbers. We all know, most of us know, not to use numbers in chats like this. Spell them out when you can. But I promise you, I forget as much as you do. When somebody comes in, like Mr. Fulton Mraz is a loyal and dedicated supporter here at tuberchat. He's here all the time. When he was mentioning his 21st birthday, I'm not going to say you can't say it's your 21st birthday because you have to spell it out. I think that's a little bit too much, and it's fine. So YouTube hasn't warned me about anything. No streams have got shut down. So I'm going to show you. I know I keep saying I'm going to show you, and then I keep talking, but I really am going to show you. So I'll get to it in just a minute. I just want to make sure I haven't skipped over anybody. So if I've missed you in the chat, the Essence of Sonia, thanks for coming in. Then please forgive me. I'm just in the middle of a speech. Simply a Sweetheart, thanks for coming in again. Mrs. Carter, thank you for visiting. And hopefully everybody's meeting the friends and family members that they are here to meet. We're all here for the same things. Please don't be shy. Now, let's get to business. So the Dude Rocks, I started in the small YouTuber community around January of this year. I think it was actually December of last year. And I was introduced by the Hoops Family Network and Cooking with Q and more, and then eventually met Vern's Junk Closet, Sincerely A. Lucy, and a bunch of others. All that time, they were saying, please don't use numbers in the chat. Always spell them out. So just because they said that, I decided to follow suit. But you also notice I'm not all over everybody about it as soon as they use a number, because I don't even know if it's true. We're not Google engineers. None of us work on the algorithm. I haven't met anybody yet, and I don't know if I believe them if I did, even if I could ask them. So just following suit, I say, as well as everybody else does, please spell out your numbers as much as possible. But if somebody forgets, I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten, at least 10. In different people's live streams, and their streams didn't get shut down, and you know, lightning didn't strike everybody and everything else. So I'm not too concerned about it. But to each his own. And like I said, when people have different live streams, we always have to be respectful of the host's rules, because while I sit here and say I don't even know if I'm right, I just do it because the people I respect and choose to believe said that. And it only applies to growth streams and chats like this. So we'll see. Mick, for real, I'm running your playlist. Actually, I forgot to pause it. Running your playlist right now, but it's not a very long playlist. So I'm glad that you put a playlist together that's got all your videos. So there's about 9 of them in there, right? I'm just running it, so you don't have to worry about swapping with me. I'm happy to do it. I'll run it on. I'm running it on tuberchat now. I'll run it on my own, but it's not very long at all. So don't worry about that, because I don't have anything that short, and that's fine. Yeah, the Dude Rocks, absolutely. I would advise everybody always, please, err on the side of safety. Always think conservatively when it comes to protecting your channel and your chat and everything else. Whatever makes you comfortable with the way you're streaming, everybody else should be following suit. That's why I'm having this talk right now, to say the first point is always be respectful of the host. I have a great time when I'm in the Dude Rocks live stream, and I don't think to this point that I've forgotten and left a number in the chat. I'm not saying it will never happen. I will try my best to always remember. And then the Dude Rocks, for instance, you have to decide for yourself how aggressive you want to be. Now, it's not about the host. One of the things that's happening in these chats, and I promise I'm going to get to these stats in a second. One of the things that's happening is there's a lot of moderators out there, right? And moderators, I have seen repeatedly, including myself, jumping on, not me jumping on people, but I've seen moderators jumping on people, including jumping on me for simple things. I went into a live stream the other day with the tuberchat account, and the people were trying to connect because I was, you know, fresh in there. I'd not been in there before. And people were starting right away, like, tuberchat, let's connect, let's connect. And people were the moderators were hammering people right away because they said, you can't use the word connect. And people were trying to explain, well, it's in the name. They're like, nope, then you can't mention it. You have to type it out. You have to type something else. Just mention tuberchat, but don't use that word. Now, I haven't seen anybody's live stream get shut down before because I came in there, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. I have a really hard time believing that. But this is the world we live in now, and it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So I want to add some clarity. So now I promise I'm going to get to these stats right now, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. That Blue Moon, I'm glad. So it looks like we're going to be able to get you over 170 with no trouble right now. Pretty Chocolate Girl, thank you for coming in. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody. I get behind in the chat when I'm yapping about this stuff. But I'm going to show something that I hope builds value for everyone. Wayne's Adventure. I don't know if anyone really knows, because you can go to 10 chats and hear 10 different things. It's true. It's absolutely true. So when I started tuberchat, I took the rules that I knew from the players that were already in the game before I showed up, that taught me and had already been there for months, because this stuff didn't exist 2 years ago. And then I decided to just add their rules. That's why we don't finger point, we don't handshake. You can't even do it in my chat. Not to mention the words like sub, subscribe, subscriber, and all that nonsense. They're all blocked. It's so easy. So that's why I don't scream rules out to everybody all the time about you can't do this and you can't do that, because you can't anyway. So I'm not worried about it. I'd rather we have fun. We're supposed to be here connecting with people, and that's what I wish for you. I wish for you to get what you want out of YouTube. I wish for you to get what you want out of tuberchat when you're here. I appreciate when you listen to me talk on, endlessly for hours, but I want it to be as enjoyable and positive as possible. So yeah, Mick, for real, as your content grows, your yeah, Mickey 404 mods on a power trip, if we want to put it that way, is something else. Okay, so I promised I was going to show this. Here's the stats from the last little while on tuberchat. I'm showing you them in real time. There's obviously this error that we've all got in the background. YouTube sometimes has these glitches they have to fix. So let's have a look. So for Saturday, yesterday's live, or two days ago live stream, 429, or maybe it was yesterday's. They mix up the days on mine here. And then the one before that, 357. The one before that, 342. And here we go, 444, 395, 320, 277, 309. So you see that it's following suit. It seems to be growing. If I'll switch to a 90-day just for a second so we can look, you'll see the tuberchat seems to be growing slowly and steadily. So I appreciate all the sharing everybody's doing and the word of mouth and the people featuring us on your channel and stuff like that, because you're helping and it's working. Switnessy, it's always nice to see you, so thank you for coming in. And now let's look at the magic. When I click on watch time hours, let's look at the 90-day. Seems to be growing with about the same slow, solid pace that the views are. And when I go back to 28 days, let's look at the watch hours. 85 hours yesterday, 74 the day before, 76. And I don't mean to sound sarcastic. Forgive me. What I mean is to make the point. 91 hours last Monday, 75, 70. It doesn't look like emojis in the chat are hurting anybody. If you're telling me that with only about 80 to 100 people, sometimes between 70 and 90 people most often, sometimes we reach 100 people that actually come through during the 2 to 2.5 hours that tuberchat runs, the live streams, I have a hard time believing that we would have got 150 hours per live stream and we lost half of them because of emojis. I don't believe that. I think this is just fine. I couldn't be happier. And I thank everybody so much for everything they've been doing for tuberchat. Even if it's just coming and doing what you need for your channel, that's what I want for you, and it's helping us perfectly. So hopefully that set things up. Now, for anybody that's out there that is worried about the ideas when they're told that emojis are ruining watch hours and things like that, now we have video evidence in the replay of this particular live stream if you want to go back and point out, and then somebody can nitpick about my stats if they want to. I don't imagine that will happen. So hopefully that helps. Is there a system in the roller coaster chart weekends? Yeah, because I only stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we get a few views, like people who find tuberchat because of the algorithm and stuff like that in between, or sometimes people might go back and look at a section of a live stream or something like that. But I only stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Mickey, for instance, I work with Jeff 3 days a week outdoors, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so I can't be here. In the winter, I'm going to try to go every day, but for now, we're stuck to 4 days a week, but that's why. So I hope I didn't miss any questions in the chat or anything like that, but it looks like we're doing okay. I'm glad everybody is connecting. And I did write some notes today. So emojis and numbers in the chat. So I don't know the truth about numbers. So what we do is we just say, please, if you can remember, try not to use numbers, just spell them out. But I'm not going to jump on everybody every time you just forget. Sometimes I'll ask you, I'll say, hey, how many subscribers do you have, or what's your next goal? And if somebody types 600 once every half hour, it's not going to hurt the chat. I don't buy it for a second that it will. But forgive me, because I'm being way more aggressive than I usually am about these conversations. It's just, it is upsetting when I see that people are being confused by information that we can't prove is right or wrong. If somebody can, I'd love to see it. But I don't believe so. That's why I tell you, I don't even know if I'm right. I just follow what I choose to believe. And what I wish is that tuberchat can be light and hopefully a little bit fun, even though we're supposed to be here growing our channels and stuff like that. I know I don't tell a lot of jokes or things like that, but hopefully it's fun enough. How much helps a channel? People press the reminder for a stream. I don't know. It probably helps. Every interaction must help in some way because it's a signal to the YouTube algorithm that there's interaction. So that's my bet. That's why I don't think that thumbs down is better than no thumbs at all. I don't necessarily think that. But even when there is thumbs down, it is an interaction. So at least there's attention there. I'm just trying to look at it from the glass half full. But that's my guess. The benefit comes in that people get their notification when they work. So, for instance, I schedule all the tuberchat live streams far in advance. And I'm guessing that the notifications are working because we always have people here not too long after, about a half an hour before start time, sometimes even earlier than that. Usually about 15 minutes before start time, there's a few people. So I'm assuming that they got the notification 30 minutes before start time. And I try to be on time every time. I've only had to move tuberchat a couple of times, once for a minor issue with my apartment, and once by about 5 minutes just because the computer wasn't finished resetting. But anyway, Shattered Soul, thank you for coming back in. Carolyn Eats All, thank you for coming back. It's always nice to have you here. So the other thing, I will remind everybody, because we got a few more people here now too. We'll talk about a couple things. My BS Life, you're still here, I'm assuming, right? If anybody has any questions and things like that, we can talk about any of this stuff here if you'd like to. But as well, today, in about 4 hours from now, I'm going to go live on my personal channel. I'll leave another message, where we can specifically have a Q&A session where I'm not going to, I don't know what I'll do for putting things on the screen. I'll do what I have to, or what everybody wants me to, but it's not a tuberchat session. It's just a personal Q&A where we can really focus on information, let's say, and sharing information amongst each other. So if you want to join me for that, I hope that you will, 4 hours from now. Okay. So my BS Life, just let me know if you're still here, because then I'll address something that we were talking about, you and I. As far as live streams, maybe I'll just leave it. If you have any questions, just let me know, because I was saving those things for my BS Life, and I can go over them tonight when we're in the other live stream if we need to. Thank you, Daniel. Live forever. Oh, page link. Yes. I'll get it in a second here. Uh-oh. I'm doing it in another window. That's why. Show you guys another trick for those of you who haven't seen this yet. This is very important. Anytime you're sharing your link anywhere on online, I'd like you to be able to do this. So I'm just going to go. I use two browsers. I have Chrome logged into tuberchat, but I always have this logged into my personal one. So if I go to my channel, the link is up here. Sometimes you see that question mark, sometimes you don't, but you want to put a question mark and the words sub_confirmation equals 1. And what that does is, for somebody who hasn't been to your channel before, it should pop up a window that asks them right away to if they want to subscribe. What that does is they have no choice but to say yes or no right then and there. Oh, and then yeah, so there's the link, Shattered Soul. And then they have no recourse but to select, yes, I'm going to subscribe, or no, I'm not right now. And you'll get more subscribers, because otherwise people might have come to your channel, watched a video, just got distracted and forgot to subscribe. And then they're on to the next. We know that YouTube might send somebody to another video after yours. So there's things we can do. And as your channel gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, it's going to get better and better and easier and easier. So my BS Life Yes is here, and I just wanted to mention then. So the idea of premieres. So my BS Life has a premiere coming this afternoon. In my personal experience, when I've done premieres with less than 500 subscribers, I found that not enough people came to the premiere to make me happy. So I've done a premiere where nobody showed up, and that was a miserable few minutes of my life. And I know a lot of creators go through that because you try for the first time. But once you have 500, you've got enough that a couple of people should show up. You may not be happy about it, but it's a head start. So the idea behind a premiere is this. First of all, you get a chat like we do in a live stream like this. But as well, if you run a premiere and your video, for instance, is 12 minutes long, and you have some people in that premiere interacting with you and this and that, the idea is, how many views are you getting when the premiere ends 12 minutes later, compared to how many views would you have gotten if you didn't do a premiere in the first 12 minutes after you released a video? My bet would always be you'll get more with a premiere. But again, it's conditional on if you have enough subscribers. If you only have 100 subscribers, you may find yourself with nobody showing up to your premiere. And it's not a fun experience, so I don't recommend it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just telling you from my personal experience what I've seen, and I don't wish anybody to have to go through the horrible things that we sometimes have to go through, because it's disheartening, right? But especially when you have 1,000, and as you get closer and closer and closer, now you can count on people showing up. Another thing has to do with how you're getting the people. So we all have people who are never going to come and watch our videos, never going to comment, never going to like and stuff like that because of what we're all doing, myself included. However, if we work on loyal and dedicated relationships and try to connect with creators with the idea that you are going to go out and support as many people as you can all the time, if we can instill that kind of mentality in most people, then you'll be just fine, and we'll find more and more people showing up to people's premieres with less than 500 subscribers as we go on and on in time. That's what I hope. Usually in your comments as well, more effective there, putting your own. Oh, Mick, for real. Sorry, I was yapping so much. I lost the context on what you might be saying there. Oh, you're saying you're more effective there, putting your own link. Oh, I see. Okay, maybe you're saying you put your own link in your comments. So that's an idea. One of the things you can always do is leave a comment on your own video and then pin it to the top if you have something important you want to say. Like, for instance, I did a instruction for a product on how to change a shower head. It's very easy. Anybody can do it. The last person in the world who should be teaching it, but I did it anyway. So I changed a shower head. One of the things you can do when you want to tighten it, usually hand tight is good enough, but you can use a wrench. If you use a wrench, you might scratch the thing. And I didn't know because, I haven't done a million of them. I'm not a mechanic or anything like that. But somebody came to me afterwards with a trick and said, you could just wrap a towel around it, and then you can use the wrench to tighten it. Like, what a great idea. So then I use that comment and pinned it to the top because it's useful information. But you could do it with just about anything. Kanisha Harry, thank you for coming in. Kanisha is a wonderfully dedicated and loyal supporter who's been with me for months and months and months. So I'm very happy that you're here again. Venom for Life, good to have you back in the house as well. So thank you for that. I'm glad everybody's having a good time connecting with each other. MAH Videos, I don't think I welcomed you yet, but thank you for coming in. Thank you for being here. And maybe it's time for me to start putting some names on the wheel in a moment. Maybe I'll wait another minute. But I did want to just mention live streams for a quick second, because the thought is, for those of us who are not already live streaming, thank you, MAH, for reminding everybody to thumbs up. Those of us who are not live streaming yet, you want to consider it. So what happens is, there are some people who like live streams, and there are some people who like videos. Among them, there are some who like both, but not all. So you can almost consider your channel to have two audiences. When you put out live streams, even though you might see some of the same familiar faces, it might be because they're dedicated and loyal supporters to you. But you can really benefit from live streaming because you'll draw in different people that you would never otherwise have gotten if you were only putting videos up. So it's something to consider. I just wanted to touch on that quickly. Ace Flaw, thank you for coming back in. And I'm glad everybody's having a good time. Okay, so yeah, let's get to, now I didn't even put Kristen or any other mods up yesterday. So Will Travel Around is in the house for a while today. London Kev, of course. London Kev, I really appreciate the time you've been spending lately. London Kev, I think, has been here the last few streams ever since they found TuberChat. There's the Dude Rocks. I always have a great time hanging out in his live stream. I promise you. You know what one of my #1 moments of 2020 is, on a positive note, is the day I was in the Dude Rocks live stream, and he did a karaoke rendition of Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, but he did it by changing the words. Never gonna sub for sub. And it goes on and on. And it was the best thing. I wish that he would put that out as a professional video. Like, I wish the Dude Rocks, everybody's scrunched for time, and I'm sure you do many other entertaining things that people love, but because that song is so banned from everything all the time, I just think it would be the best thing if you actually wrote out exactly what you were going to do and then put that as a professional karaoke video on your channel. I would be so happy to share that everywhere. It would be like the small YouTuber community theme song. Now, I'm not even saying I'm right. We all have ideas, and we think millions of people will like it. I don't know. But it was a moment that just had me falling off my chair. It was fantastic. The Dude Rocks does a great, great job. A silent live stream, my BS life. So a lot of times people will do a live stream and they will just let it run. So they're literally not attending and not being there at all. Sometimes they'll play music or something like that. I never want to advise anybody to do that. So it's not that there's anything really wrong with it, but when we just think about the impact that can have, when you later, if you want to talk about sponsors coming to your channel, they don't want to see empty live streams or silent live streams. That's not like something that they're going to want to, the company that makes my, for instance, a gimbal like this that I got to do a review of, I don't believe that they're going to come to a channel to sponsor a silent live stream of any kind. But I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying I don't advise doing it, because essentially you always want to be putting up quality content. The key to success is consistently putting out quality content. And I don't want to go on about too long there. There are lots of people doing it. I don't want to say how popular it might be. I really don't know, but there are better ideas. Not to mention, if you change your mind after and decide to hide them all, put them unlisted or delete them or whatever, you lose the watch hours anyway. Thank you, that Blue Moon. I love it too. I'm so happy when we have an engaging conversation. Luckily, I was hanging out with so my BS Life was talking to me on Instagram earlier because they have a premiere coming up in a few hours. And then as well, I was hanging out with the Eating with Miss P, our featured channel today in her live stream earlier. And we got into a couple of these questions. We're just having conversations. Sherry Green, good to see you. I was with Sherry Green in a live stream yesterday for a moment as well, so I was happy to catch you. I think that's the first time. Nikki's Antoinette, thank you, or Nikki Antoinette, thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not welcoming you earlier, but I'm glad you're here. Kevin Admis Vlogs, thank you for coming in as well. Turtle Gaming, I think we're seeing you not for the first time. I think you've been here before, right? And then hopefully everybody is feeling, please don't be shy. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's here for the same thing. Everybody wants to connect. So feel free to reach out to any creator that you'd like to in the chat. Leave a single emoji next to their name to let them know you want to connect with them. Visit their channel. Watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long. Leave a meaningful, genuine comment of at least a couple of sentences related to the content of the video. Give the creator a thumbs up because we should always be doing that for each other. And then if you enjoy their content, you subscribe. We subscribe to everybody at TuberChat and then come back into the chat here. Leave a double emoji next to their name. That lets them know that you have secured that connection the right way, and then maybe say something about the video that you watch so that they can go and find your comment easily and turn around and do the same thing for your channel. Lux Granny Grace, thank you for coming in again. And it looks like everybody's having a good time connecting with each other. What is the watch later list? I will show you in a moment. So Daniel Live Forever, well over 800 subscribers. You're well on your way. Hopefully we're pushing you a little bit closer to your 900 that must be on your mind by now. I'm just going to see if I have to attend to something here. The watch later list. Let me show you. I'll go to our channel, and then I'll spin the wheel and put another channel up after. So I didn't need to do that. When I go over here to the menu, where is it? Where's the thing? Here it is. Watch later. Pardon me, my eyes a little itchy there. So now I have a watch later list. You can see that I've got all these videos that I watched from a couple of days ago. So I'm going to remove those. I can click remove watched videos. And here are the videos that I have still yet to watch. So, oh yes, I wanted to see this because Philly Girl might have mentioned TuberChat in this video. And then yesterday we had Mr. Roblox and we had Shutterbug Infinity, who I may not have yet connected with because I didn't get to it in the last 24 hours. This is what I use the watch later list for. So let me get another channel up on the wheel. Up on the screen. I'll spin the wheel. And then I'll show you how to add a video into your watch later list. It's very, very easy. Mrs. Carter, thank you very much for the kind words. There are a lot of wonderful dynamic creators in the house, lots of loyal and dedicated supporters. Kid Wonder's back in the house. So I finished running your playlist on TuberChat, but I will switch over to Kevin K if you'd like. And so that means if you haven't already, you can stop with the TuberChat. And then at the bottom of my front page, of course, is the video playlist, all of Kevin K. Or all Kevin K videos or something like that. That Blue Moon, I'm glad you're here too. Ace Flaw 1, hopefully everybody's good. Hopefully, Mrs. Carter, as well, you see from the stories that I tell as people come into the chat, familiar faces, or as I put channels on the screen like my BS Life here, you start to understand the dedicated and loyal supporters that there are and the relationships that are starting to build between people in the chat. One of the things I like the most is to see people connecting and truly starting a relationship. That's why I focus on swapping playlists so much, as I was just talking to Kid Wonder about. Kid Wonder's been here since the beginning of tuberchat, in and out over the last many months, but is also somebody who's connected to me on my personal channel. So it's been a long, long time. Christina Trammell, thank you for coming in. And then I did want to show you, so we've got my BS Life. Here is the premiere that they have happening at 4 o'clock p.m. my time, which is barely over 3 hours from now. Right after my BS Life's premiere, I'm going to go live on my personal channel where we're going to do just Q&A, a little bit less hectic than what we do here at tuberchat. I'm happy to always go over tutorials, information, but on my personal channel, we can take it a little bit easier and be really focused and deep dive into stuff if you guys would like to, if you want to join me over there. So I'll leave one more message here in case you want to connect with my channel. So my BS Life, I'm going to take one of your videos. I'll just take this here. Where in the World? BS Banter episode 3. Actually, I want to see this because it's different from your other videos, it looks like. And all you do is click on these 3 dots, add it into the watch later, or I can give me a like, and then I can go here. I think it's here, save. And I get a chance to add it to the watch later list here, or another playlist if I want to. So add that into my watch later list. And now I'll go back to your channel in a second here, my BS Life. But when I go to the watch later list, Daniel Live Forever, thank you for that. I will return for you afterwards, after the live stream. And there is my BS Life at the top of the watch later list, so that I can go back to that anytime I want. And I know that these are videos that I want to see when I have a chance to. So let's get back to my BS Life's channel for a second, and then I'll spin the wheel in a moment after I get another name or two on there. Turtle Gaming, thank you very much. I will have to return to you after the live stream as well on my personal channel. Izzy's Life Vlogs, thanks for coming in. Izzy's Life is another channel that I've been connected to for many months, has been with me since before the beginning of tuberchat. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. That's a dynamic creator who's obviously a loyal and dedicated supporter as well. So I'm glad everybody's having a good time connecting. Let me get my stuff back in order here. For those of you who live stream, I use this robot called Bottissimo, similar to Stream Elements that you see is dropping links in the chat for Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. And this tells me how active everybody has been in the chat. It's like a little chart. And this is how I decide, pardon me, how to put channels on the screen. Dude Rocks is already on there. That Blue Moon. And let's get Philly Girl up there. I'll add another couple of names in a moment. So the way that the wheel works, for those of you who are newer to tuberchat, basically what I do is wait about a half an hour after you come in-ish. So I don't keep a timer. It's arbitrary. And then once I know you're active in the chat, and Bottissimo is my little chart that helps me out, then what I do is put your name on the wheel. The wheel's completely random, but I spin the wheel, and then when your name comes up, if you're still here, then I add you onto the screen and we talk about your channel for a quick second. A Teen Life Devotional has probably been here before not quite long enough to get on the wheel, so we're not connected yet. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so what I'm going to do is take your latest video here, add it into my watch later list, which you just saw, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I will go through my watch later list at some point. I will watch that video in full. I will give you a genuine, meaningful comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up and I will subscribe. In that way, I will make sure that the connection sticks because we always want to be doing it the right way. And hopefully you're subscribed to TuberChat as well, so that, and hopefully you have the bell on for notifications so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times often change. Pretty Saucy PYT, thanks for coming in. Oh, Celeria Perryman. Why do I see you like come in the chat with that account and I forget that it's Eating with Miss P? I always forget it's another account from you. So funny. And then hopefully Georgia Bulldogs is doing okay. Georgia Bulldogs is a wonderfully dedicated and loyal supporter, and it's always a pleasure to have in the chat with us. Oh, that blue moon. Let me, who's just asking her? Carolyn Eats All. Give me 1 second and I will try to get the link for you. Nightbot drops the link for Georgia Bulldogs and That Blue Moon every 15 minutes or so, just because sometimes we have a little bit of trouble catching their channel in the search results. Okay, I can't find Nightbot's link the last time they dropped it, so I'm just going to, before I spin the wheel, I'm just going to go to Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia Bulldogs and That Blue Moon both have done something for TuberChat where they have made a special video just for us. And I'll just show you it quickly while I grab the link here. This video here about TuberChat they made a little while ago, and we put it on our front page, so it's easy to get to them. I'll grab their link, and I'll put it in the chat for everybody. Anybody wants to connect with Georgia Bulldogs right now, I just put the link in the chat there. My pleasure, Teen Life Devotional. Oh, unless Carolyn Eats All is maybe using the Go To Channel extension that I've got there. This is a free extension for Chrome if you're on a computer from a channel called Swap Meet Shops. They made this available for free for everybody. And all you do is click on somebody's name and it goes right to their channel if you want to. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. London Kev. London Kev is somebody who's aggressively growing their channel. There's a video we connected on not too long ago. And London Kev has been back again and again, very close to 180. We might be able to get you there today. And depending on what happens for you the rest of the week, you might even have 200 by the time I see you again next Friday. Shadow Family Vlogs, thank you for coming in. The best idea here is always to go first. Please don't wait for people to come to you. The best idea, we have lots of loyal and dedicated supporters, and as I talk more about the channels in the chat and the channels I put on the screen, you'll hear the stories that I tell about the creators behind the channels and how they continuously come back again and again and are working on their channels and are dedicated and loyal. So you don't have to be worried about going first. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody that you'd like to in the chat. Georgia Bulldogs is asking on YouTube Studios, says the data for July 17th is not correct. That's everybody. That's everybody, Georgia Bulldogs. I actually, at the beginning of the live stream today, I showed my watch hours and views and stuff like that, because we were talking about things about these live streams and the chats and stuff, and it shows that that's an error. So they'll get it fixed eventually. They always do, but sometimes it takes a few days. That Blue Moon TuberChat is meant to be here forever. So even when you have passed 10,000 subscribers and you don't really need what we do here at TuberChat anymore, my hope is that you will continue with your success. And when the people who come after you ask you how you did it, then I hope that you'll point to TuberChat, because I will still be here helping people get their channel started, get their first 1,000 subscribers, get their first 4,000 hours of watch time, and make sure that their channels get built strong and solidly so that they can get everything that they want out of YouTube. Yeah, Georgia Bulldogs, if you ever have questions like that, you can always message me too if you want. I'm happy for us to always talk about this stuff in the chat, but I never want anybody to have to worry about something. If there's something that concerns you, I'd love to be able to alleviate those concerns in some way. So, like, for instance, this afternoon, I'm going to do a Q&A on my personal channel where we can talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about, and we can get into all of this stuff. And I've got several channels I can use as examples if we want to talk about YouTube or social media or tutorials, or if you want to talk about the weather in Niagara Falls, why it said it was going to be thunderstorms and I canceled my outdoor live stream. We can talk about anything that you'd like. You had that Blue Moon. I looked at your about section. Did you change anything? We looked at it yesterday. If you when we have your channel up again, because you're on the wheel already, when we have your channel up again, then I'll be happy to go over your about page again in case you changed anything. Izzy's Life Vlogs trying to hit 600 this week, so hopefully we can push you a little bit closer right now, and then you'll be. If there's any luck, by the time I get back on Friday and run another live stream, maybe you will have already gotten there. Last podcast before the world explodes. Thanks for coming in again. Just hit my notifications here. That Blue Moon just put a video out. Oh, you changed your about section. Okay, I'm going to have a look when we get your channel up. And I'm glad everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. Justin Mello's still in the house. Maybe I need to think about adding more names to the wheel. This is Travel Around. They've been back a few times now. Hopefully going to stick around with TuberChat and meet some new friends and family members. I look forward to getting to know your channel a little bit. When I was younger, we used to have my parents had a trailer at like one of those camping trailer parks that we used to go to on the weekends, and we'd go fishing and swimming and all that kind of stuff. It's been a long time now since I've done that, but this is interesting. Now, I'm assuming because your channel is called Travel Around that you go to different places, you're not stationary, where stationary is what I was more used to. But it's very, very interesting. So let me, let me spin the wheel. I'll get another channel up, and then I'll start adding some more names. So we're going to look at that Blue Moon right now. I'm going to probably forget to add more names to the wheel, but we'll see. I really appreciate all the time that everybody has spent with TuberChat, all the sharing that you've done, all the thumbs up that you've given and stuff like that, because we're growing and growing, and everything that you're doing is helping. But some of you have been with me long enough now to know how many times I say I'm going to put names on the wheel, and then I look at 3 more channels before I ever get around to it. So that Blue Moon is a generous and dynamic creator that now has just put another video out just a half an hour ago or so. Pardon me. And then has they're doing the featured channels collaboration as well. They have made a special video just for TuberChat, which we have featured on our front page now. Meant to be RVing. Thank you for coming in. I hope you got a chance to see that last channel because you might find it interesting. Travel Around is with us quite often now. Oh, travel 80% from the year. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is a different year. So hopefully you can get back to a little bit more of that. So Meant to be RVing. Hopefully you feel welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Please don't be shy. Everybody's here for the same thing. Everybody's willing to connect and wants to meet each other. We have a lot of loyal and dedicated supporters. That's what we're focused on here. So please don't be shy. Reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. Follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, and you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Yeah, that's okay. Izzy's Life Vlog. Izzy's Life Vlogs. I'm always. We are. Most people are extremely busy, and it's hard to find time to do anything. But I haven't forgotten also, and when we have a chance to collaborate, absolutely we will. Michael and Paula. Oh, you're live streaming from a cafe. That's good times. That's a good idea. Oh, Berlinda Engman, thank you very much. I wanted to talk to you about something. We were looking at your swapping playlist. We talked about the idea of swapping playlists. What I need to ask you for is to make a playlist that has all of your pre-recorded videos in one, and then just call it all of Berlinda Engman. If you can, put it at the bottom of the front page of your channel if you know how to do that. If not, I can help. And then I can run it for you. I'm ready to run your playlist almost right away. Thank you, Mr. Fulton Mraz, for sharing. You always share us. Jaden, thank you for letting me know that you're going to have to go. Life Through Our Eyes 303 is a previously featured channel here at TuberChat, so thank you for coming in again. Life Through Our Eyes 303 also does live streaming where people are able to connect and meet each other. We actually did... not that it matters, but Life Through Our Eyes 303. At the beginning of the chat today, I had a few questions over the last week or so about spam words in the chat, emojis ruining watch hours, why we don't use numbers, and things like that. So I addressed all of that stuff at the beginning of this live stream. If you wanted to, I just want to let you know that there's a couple of things there. And if you want to just check it out or give me your opinion or whatever, then I just wanted to let you know that we talked about a couple of things because people have been asking so much lately about these emojis and stuff. I'm going to do a Q&A on my personal channel later this afternoon as well. Michael and Paula, a cafe with no music and no music strikes, of course. You know, every time I live stream outdoors, I have to say that too. I have to say to everybody, if you're watching the replay and you hear a dead spot where I'm not talking, it'll be back in a few minutes, but that's because of copyright. Georgia Bulldogs is working on a new video right now. That's great. Cozy Relaxation, thank you for coming back in. Oh, your About section has a surprise. Thank you, That Blue Moon. I wasn't going to forget. I just want to catch up with the chat before so I can give my undivided attention to what we're talking about. So let's have a look and see what we got going on here. I think that's the same. Oh, you put some links, right? Were the links not there before? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, That Blue Moon. I owe a huge thank you to TuberChat. They have helped me massively. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad that your channel is growing. As you can see, That Blue Moon is a generous and loyal and dedicated supporter. I wasn't sure whether you had those links, but now that I think of it, yes, I think you did, right? Because I knew you're on Twitch. So they've got the featured channels collaboration going on here as well. And this is a great collaboration that anybody can do with their channel that I absolutely recommend. Because what you're doing when you feature channels on your front page like this is you are saying to your audience, as well as the YouTube algorithm, that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then in turn, when some of those channels hopefully feature you also, they are saying to their audiences and the YouTube algorithm that your channel is worthy of being featured by them. And you can imagine the impact that this has both on the YouTube algorithm and on your audiences. So it's something I think everybody should be doing where possible. In Rachel's place, thank you for coming in. Forgive me, anybody who was here for a few minutes and I didn't welcome you right away. You know how I get tied up talking about this stuff. I love all this stuff. So that's why we're going to do it again in a few hours. So let me spin. I'll get another channel on the wheel, and then I really will add a few more names to the wheel. Switnessy is going to be one of those because I know she's been hanging out the whole time. Switnessy is somebody who has been connected with me for months and months and months, and also is a loyal and dedicated supporter in that she not only supports both of my channels, but also I see her now supporting other friends of mine when I'm either in other people's live streams or actually on their live streams with them and stuff like this. Switnessy is coming around all the time. So I hope everybody will connect with her because she is a loyal and dedicated supporter. This is the Dude Rocks, who's back with us all the time as well. He's a loyal and dedicated supporter and a very dynamic host. He does a lot of live streaming, and you always have a good time when you're in his live streams. As a matter of fact, when I see that he's on, when I choose to go into his live stream, it's not only to support, it's because I actually enjoy myself while I'm there. One of my favorite moments of 2020 was in Dude Rock's live stream, and I talked about that earlier today as well. Michael and Paula, yeah. Sometimes you don't have to worry about that stuff if music and stuff is passing by quickly. But the unfortunate thing, I mean, if you're planning on being monetized and using these live streams for monetization, all of a sudden, just a little bit, a few seconds of a song can take the finance away from an entire stream. So that's unfortunate. So I understand what you're talking about there. So hopefully everybody's having a good time connecting with each other. Last podcast, world before the world explodes. Yeah, I got to think about what to do about this because we got a few more people have actually asked lately. It's very, very polite, and I really appreciate the. I don't want to use the wrong words, but I appreciate the etiquette when everybody is asking if they can mention that they have a video or something else happening instead of just coming in and hammering it. So maybe what we'll do, what I see out there a lot, is if you do have a new video, you just write the words "new video alert." Like for instance, so I don't have one. Don't go nuts with emojis if you don't mind. But like for instance, see how I just put from my personal channel there, I just put new video alert. That's what a lot of chats will, like a lot of live streams like this will allow you to do. So if you have a new video, you just say that. It's not good etiquette, of course, to be trying to drag everybody out of a live stream to go watch your video. But while they're connecting with you, hopefully they will go look at it. But it can be interesting for people to know, oh, wow, look who has a new video, so that they know that after the live stream, they might go look at it, or they might hop out, put it in their watch later list or whatever. But that way it allows them to do that. But that's cool. As long as everything's always respectful, I would love for everybody to promote whatever they're doing within reason. I mean, of course, I don't want everybody to leave the stream because that doesn't help anybody. We can always watch videos an hour from now. That's not going to make a difference for anybody. But maybe we'll do that for today. But do me a favor, just don't spam, though, afterwards because we don't want to do that. Let's keep it to, like, I don't know, maybe once an hour or something like that. YouTuber chat usually runs well over 2 hours now, so it gives you a couple times to mention it. Like, for instance, so My BS Life, who we looked at earlier, has a premiere coming up this afternoon at in 3 hours, right before I go live on my personal channel. So that allows me to say that they have something going on and I have something going on. Cozy Relaxation has a new video as well, so that's great. Mr. Fulton Miraz has one as well. And that's perfect. So this is the Dude Rocks. Like I said, I hope everybody will connect with them because I will probably see you in one of his live streams shortly. Now I'm going to add a couple names before I spin. Elsie Lifestyle's already there. Daniel Live Forever. Did we look at that channel already? I'm gonna put it on the wheel anyway. If we looked at it already, I'll just skip over it when we get to it. The Essence of Sonia. I did look at Georgia Bulldogs already. Ace Flaw 1, Switnessy, Carolyn Eats All. Spin and we'll see who's coming up now. Ace Flaw 1 is a channel that has been connected to me since the beginning of tuberchat. Was actually a part of, I believe, of my playlist buddies experiment that I did on my personal channel a few months ago. If I remember correctly. Thanks, Venom for Life. Hopefully you get that sorted out. Yeah, Kira, no, Kira's changed her live stream. She's probably going to do it tomorrow. She wasn't feeling well today, well enough to do a live stream. She's fine, but she'll probably do it tomorrow instead. She just has a headache. And I was going to check if somebody was still here. Okay, Philly Girl is gone. Let me check LC Lifestyle. LC Lifestyle still here. Of course, Kristen is still here. Izzy's Life is multitasking, but they've got it going on there, going to other people's channels and doing things the way we're supposed to. Mr. Fulton Baraz is how the family is doing. How are they doing? Okay. Everybody's okay, Mr. Fulton Baraz. Thank you for asking. We are going to actually do I'm going to do a live stream that's going to be a little more slow paced than this, where we can like focus on Q&A and stuff like that on my personal channel later. But I appreciate you asking. I did some outdoor live streams recently. Sometimes I just go by myself in Niagara Falls just to show the city off a little bit. And last week, Kira came with me. So she was with me for a live stream. We went to the tourist area. We went to the candy store and bought an unreasonable amount of fudge, and we picked up a souvenir for a friend and, you know, all that. So it was entertaining, but I appreciate you asking. Hopefully you're doing well now that you have passed your 21st birthday. And hopefully that was a great celebration for you. So let me spin. I'll get another channel up. I think we did look at this already, right? Did we look? The fudge is still in the cupboard. You know what's funny about it? I actually don't like it. I don't like fudge. I thought that I would, and it really is very well done. It's fresh. It's made right, like, kind of in front of you. Yeah, we looked at this channel already. Okay, so I'll spin and go to another channel. I just don't want to leave anybody out. That's why I don't mind making the mistake of seeing somebody twice. Yeah, I ate a little bit of the fudge that we got last week from here because they make it here, and I found myself to not really be enjoying it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. I hope I'm not going to butcher it on you, but Boss Nyeb Vlogs. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's here for the same thing. We all want to connect, so please don't be shy. Best idea is to reach out to creators one by one. Take your time with it. Everybody wants to connect, so you can reach out to anybody that you want to in the chat. And the best idea is to leave a single emoji next to their name that lets them know that you want to connect with them, and then head to their channel and watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long. So for Carolyn Eats All here, she's got a perfect video for coconut milk care of less than 2 minutes. Watch that video in full, leave a meaningful, genuine comment of at least a couple of full sentences about the content, like related to the content of that video. You don't want it to get held for review or caught in the spam filter, so you want to make it nice and meaningful. And then give the creator a thumbs up, because we should always be doing that for each other. And if you enjoy their content, you subscribe to them. We subscribe to everybody at TuberChat, and then come back into the chat here, leave a double emoji next to their name. That lets them know that you've secured that connection the right way. Maybe say something about the video that you watched so that they can find your comment easily, and then turn around and do the same thing for your channel. And I should remind everybody, if you don't mind, to please thumbs up if you haven't already. It really does help the stream. It helps TuberChat and the algorithms and things like that. I know on a phone you have to shut the chat off for a second, but it only takes a moment. You don't lose your place, and then you're right back into the chat. So thank you for that if you can. And then as well, if you do have the ability to share it, then I'll appreciate that as well, whether it's on your community tab or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, Reddit, or anywhere else. Berlinda Engman and MAH are back. Teen Life Devotional is back. That's great. Yeah, Berlinda Engman, hopefully you caught what I was saying earlier. I'm ready to run your playlist, but I need you to make a playlist with all your videos in one. You can call it all of Berlinda Engman if you want, or something like that. And then if you can, put it on the front page. I can show you how to do that if you need me to. And then I'm ready to run it when you have it ready, sometime maybe even today. Oh, you did make it. Okay, perfect, Berlinda Engman. So I'm running a very short one right before yours, but I'm actually almost finished. I've paused while we're live streaming right now, but I'll finish that off afterwards. And probably after my live stream tonight, I will run your start running your playlist. And I'll leave you a comment on the first video to let you know that it's happening. And then if anybody else wants to swap playlists with each other, just please say that you're willing to swap playlists in the chat. Literally say, I am willing to swap playlists, and you will find other creators reaching out to you, and you're free to make those arrangements, of course. Our moderators do it. So Kristen is in the chat. She does it. Kira does it. I do it as well. And I'll leave my personal channel one more time in case you want to connect with me there. Daniel Live Forever, thanks for the thumbs up. It really does help, so I appreciate that. Let me spin, and we'll get another channel up here. That's Caroline Eats All. She's been back with us again and again, and hopefully is going to hit that 500 anytime now. Michael and Paula is asking, let's look at Kristen Wilson's channel, and then I will address Michael and Paula's question about watch time. This is my love, Kristen Welton. She is not only a moderator, but my girlfriend, of course, who's in the house with me. So it's kind of funny sometimes when we have things that we need to talk about, she can just come in the room and tell me. So it's fun. Kevin Admus Vlogs, thank you very much. Hello to you too. Berlinda Engman, obviously, because I've been talking about it, is willing to swap playlists if anybody wants to. Donut Toys and Games is willing to swap as well, so anybody can do that. Michael and Paula was asking, TuberChat, do you know if it is 1 minute watch when adding channels, even if it's a long live stream for hours? So I'm assuming that what you're asking is what I'm telling everybody to do here, which is when you visit a channel, you watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long. So the idea is you want to make sure that you watch long enough that it registers with the YouTube algorithms. However, if you watch 1 minute of any video, it may not count the same with the same effectiveness as it does if you watch a video in full that's at least a minute long. So let's say 2 minutes, 3 minutes, a minute and a half, something like that. You watch a video to completion is the best thing, and it helps the creator. But I'm not saying it's 100% true. There's really no way for us to know. If you're being as diligent as you can about making sure you watch at least a minute, if you're going to watch a live stream, if I'm answering even your question the way you're asking it, if you're watching a live stream because maybe the creator doesn't have short videos, like TuberChat, for instance, only has like a 30-second video and the rest is all live stream. So you can't follow my instructions no matter what I say, right? The idea then is you just want to give them as much time as you can stand. So whether it's, over a minute always, but hopefully as long as you can bear to watch before coming back and connecting with somebody else, make sure that comment is very well written. So let's say not just 2 sentences that I say, but maybe 3. Do the extra for them, right? Give the thumbs up because that just helps. And then try not to just close the window. Try to pause the video at least, or you could even add it into your watch later and then dump it after, or if you really want to help the creator, add it into your watch later list after you've watched a few minutes and paused it, and then just run the whole thing later while you're sleeping, or something like that if you can. I don't know if that answers, but I hope that it does. Georgia Bulldogs and That Blue Moon have their links dropped every once in a while just because their channels are hard to find sometimes in the search results. So if you want to connect with Georgia Bulldogs, the link is right there. And for That Blue Moon, the link has been dropped occasionally by Nightbot as well a few minutes ago there. Lots of people willing to swap playlists. So I hope Tina's Zone. So Tina's Zone, I just want to make sure that you're connecting with everybody correctly and making sure that you're returning all the connections when you have people that you're hoping are going to subscribe to you. I hope that you're returning that favor. Last podcast before the world explodes. These channels are our children. It may seem like that. Thank you, Jaden. Yeah, I've swapped playlists with lots of creators in the chat. Kristen swapped playlists with even more than I have, I think. So able to do that as well. Do reaction videos with music get copyright claimed, That Blue Moon? My guess is absolutely yes. So what a copyright claim can mean, it's different than a copyright strike, right? A strike is when you use something you shouldn't be using at all. And you can research that in the back of YouTube in the music area. But if you are using a song that you is able to be used, what might happen is when you later are monetized, the artist or the publishing company that owns the rights to that song will get the advertising money. You will not. So that's not the worst thing in the world. You have to make the right decision for you. You may or may not get a copyright claim right away. It's possible to put a video up and get a copyright claim a year later. So that's something to think about as well. Basically, what I would do is that whatever song you want or whatever video you want to react to that has music and things like that playing, have a look if anybody else has done it, or look on the description of that video for a copyright notice. And forgive me, I don't mean to self-promote, but maybe I'm going to show you what one looks like before I spin the wheel and get another channel up. I have a lot of music because I used to be a DJ and I did some remixes a long time ago. I should have just gone to my homepage. When I go to here, way back, playback. So for instance, let me find one that I know is copyright. Justin Timberlake. So see down here where it says music in this video, I did not add this to the description. They did, because this song has a copyright claim. All that means, I still get to use it for views, likes, comments, subscribers, and other things, even people who don't like it, like this person. But this company, SME, Sony Music, is going to get the money for it if there's any advertisements that run on it instead of me. That's all that means. So that's something to think about. USA Scratcher, sorry, I didn't welcome you, but I did see you come in. Thank you for coming in and visiting us again. I actually talk about your channel sometimes, not so much your channel as like the idea of it, but I say to people, I used to follow, when I started on YouTube several years ago, only channels with, millions of subscribers or whatever. I really wasn't into too much YouTube. As I got more into it, and especially when I became a part of this community, 99% of the channels that I follow now have less than 10,000 subscribers. But one of the things I point out is that I really enjoy some of the content that I've now found and been exposed to that I wasn't ever probably going to be searching for and didn't even know existed. Like, for instance, the lottery scratching community. There are a lot of great channels. USA Scratchers is one of those. Oh, Brown Girl Bella's here. Thank you for coming back in again. I was hanging out with her on a live stream the other night. I always have a good time hanging out with her. And then Michael and Paula is willing to swap playlists if anybody wants to do that. Oh, Bisaya C. Echo Roxanne. Newbie here, but I feel like I remember connecting with you not too long ago. So thank you for coming in. Hopefully you feel welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect. Everybody wants the same thing here. So please don't be shy. Reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. The best idea is to go first always and then let them know you've connected. You can follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. But basically what we do is visit a channel like LC Lifestyle here, leave a single emoji next to their name in the chat to let them know that you want to connect with them. Then visit their channel and watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it registers with the YouTube algorithms. And then give a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video of at least a couple of sentences long so that it doesn't get held for review or caught in the YouTube spam filters. Give the creator a thumbs up because we should always be doing that for each other. And then if you enjoy their content, you subscribe to them. We subscribe to everybody at tuberchat. Then come back into the chat here, leave a double emoji next to their name to let them know you've secured that connection the right way, and then maybe say something about the video that you watched so that they can turn around and find your comment easily and do the same thing for your channel. And then music producer who's willing to help you so you don't have to worry about copyright. You own all of your music. That's great, Izzy's Life Vlogs. I've actually bought some music for that purpose that I want to put out for everybody as copyright-free music. But I have to go through the proper process of publishing it and this and that, making sure that I didn't get ripped off when I bought it and stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's an idea as well. There's lots of great companies out there, lots of great copyright-free music. Anything in the YouTube library is going to be safe. So we all have the music tab in YouTube Studio at the bottom left side. If you're on a computer, you can go to the music library and you could find music there and you'll be good to go if you use any of that. There's tons and tons of stuff in there. And hopefully I've caught up. The Unsalted Kitchen, great to have you back. Thank you very much for coming in. I'm glad to see everybody reaching out to Brown Girl Bella, who's willing to swap playlists as well. Mick For Real, who's in the chat, is going to be featured next weekend, along with That Blue Moon, Oakstyle, and Lydia Saba. Go ahead, That Blue Moon. I see that you have a question. Thank you very much, Shadow Family Vlogs. LC Lifestyle, what I wish, thank you for the kind words. What I wish is always to share whatever knowledge I do have. I am a professional channel manager. I run channels for other people. I have millions of views and thousands of subscribers and everything else. But I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. I love, love, love this stuff. So what I wish to do is share what knowledge I have so that you can add it to what you already know and what you're going to continue to learn so that we can all make the best decisions for our own channels. And that's the hope. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. I will spin. I'll put another channel up, and then I will add some more names. I'm just looking for That Blue Moon was going to ask a question. MAH Videos, thank you. And MAH Videos, I haven't forgotten. I'm going to likely have you featured the week after. We have a lot of generous creators that are spending a lot of time, loyal and dedicated here in TuberChat. But the problem is I only stream 4 times a week. So I'm somewhat limited with how much I can feature, obviously, 1 per day. Yeah, besides, I'm happy to help you make your house bigger. That Blue Moon, why does it say that some of your analytics is temporarily unavailable? That's for everybody. It's just a glitch with YouTube. Happens all the time. They'll fix it in a few days, I'm sure. So try not to worry about that. It just means your numbers aren't perfect for today, and you'll catch up catch up afterwards. This is Witnessy. She's got well over 3,000 subscribers. She's also dedicated and loyal supporter. She's got tuberchat. I didn't know, Witnessy, that you had that on your front page. I'm going to return that favor right now, actually. She's got Do It All Ceiling there, which is one of the channels that I manage that I was talking about. Yasmin Wu, who's a friend of ours, Cooking with Q and more as well. So that's great. Yeah, don't worry about that Blue Moon. And then if you ever have questions like that, or if something concerns you with YouTube, then you can always ask me, and I'll do my best to always answer. Because as we go on, not only from YouTube, but we see this kind of activity with other social networks as well. Whenever there's a problem, it usually gets fixed easily, especially when they notify you. When you look at Studio and it says the information's unavailable, they know. So they'll be working on it. And then I did promise I was going to add some channels to the wheel. So the first thing I'm going to do is add Switnessy to our front page. So what I do is I copy the URL from the address bar here, and then I'm going to go to my own channel. Now I go customize channel. Basaya, the best idea is to go first. Visit anybody that you want to. When you help other people grow their channel, they will be happy to help you grow your channel as well. So once you're in your customized channel, you go to this area here called Featured Creators. And within a moment, when my page is done refreshing, I can click here and say Edit Module. Now here you can change the name of Featured Creators if you want to. I think it says Featured Channels. I changed it to Featured Creators. And then you paste in the URL that you took from the address bar earlier with a question mark. We always want to do this when we're sharing our link anywhere on the internet. And thank you, Pretty Saucy PYT, for the thumbs up. And then we type sub_confirmation equals 1 and hit add. And we will see that Switnessy will be added to the bottom of the list now. So we say done, and we're safe. We don't have to do any more than that. It's already set. Now when we go to the front page, oh, I forgot one feature I have to show you. TuberChat is now featured on over 40 channels. If you have featured TuberChat on your front page or my personal channel, Kevin K, and I don't know about it, please make sure I know so that I can do the same for you, because I absolutely return that favor on both channels. One thing that's very important, if you feature more than 10 channels, you want to click this shuffle button. Very important. And the reason why is because when you are on your front page, when people arrive at your front page, they are going to see a randomly selected different set of 10 channels at a time. YouTube only shows 10, and you'll see as I refresh the page again, that list of 10 will change again. It's random. YouTube puts them out evenly, and there you go. So that's something that's also important. So let me add some names to the wheel before I spin. We'll get Switnessy back up there. And I'll add some names before I spin. Mick, for real, let's get your channel on here. Did we look at my BS Life already? Gil Skills. Is it Jill Skills or Gil Skills? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I saw, Jaden, that you did that. Or I remember you saying so last night. Jill Skills, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house that are all willing to connect. Everybody is here for the same thing, so please don't be shy. Reach out to any creator that you'd like in the chat. Take your time, have fun with it. Follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, and you will find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Yes, I think we did look at my BS Life because I pointed out the premiere that he's got going on. Let's get Venom for Life up here. In Rachel's Place, in Izzy's Life Vlogs. And is Shadow Family Vlog still here? Cozy Relaxation, who's a previously featured channel from tuberchat. Linda Engman. I didn't already put your channel up, did I? Michael and Paula. Who got Shadow Family Vlogs? Let me see. I'm just gonna, okay, I'll spin the wheel, I'll put a channel up, and then I'll refresh and carry on what I'm doing here. Mr. Fulton Miraz still in the house too. Jill Skills, thank you very much for saying that. We're very focused on loyal and dedicated supporters. Was that Cozy Relaxation? I didn't even, it skipped by me pretty quickly there. Yeah, we're very focused on loyal and dedicated supporters. The kind of creators who are going to continue to come back to your channel and give you the support that you need, likes, comments, views, and hang out in your live streams and all the other things we need as growing YouTubers, not just in the coming days, but hopefully weeks, months, and eventually years. Oh, Georgia Bulldogs is doing better than I am at filming and editing. I'm way behind in making videos on my personal channel. I still live stream. I'll do a live stream in a few hours, but I haven't made videos in a while. I got to catch up. Because this is Cozy Relaxation. They are willing to swap playlists. They're very easy to find on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Blogger, and Twitter. And as you can see, we just swap playlists because you can see all the red lines that are going on there. And I was going to check for Shadow Family Vlogs. I think they're gone. So that's okay. Let's see if I'm going to check for people. The Essence of Sonia is still in the house. Belinda Engman's still here. I think I just saw Mick for real, so we're good. Oh, Cozy Relaxation, thank you very much for sharing on Twitter. I know I already have you in our Twitter list. For anybody that tweets or retweets for us, I add to a special list called TuberChat Stars. It is listed as YouTubers who tweet and retweet for others. And the purpose is when we find other YouTubers who are very active on Twitter and they want to find generous creators that are willing to do that for each other, then they can easily find. I think we have 17 or 18 people in the list now, so that's great. And yeah, we're good. Yeah, Izzy, you and me both. What we need to do is, where possible, if you can block out some time every week, it's good to get on a schedule if you can. Even though I'm not yet. I'm trying, but I haven't done it yet. But when you do, you can set a few hours together and do a few videos at a time, and then you can really get ahead. And you can schedule your videos out, whether it's going to be a week in advance or days in advance or whatever it's going to be, and you can really give yourself some breathing room. Lydia Saba, thanks for coming in. Actually, your ears must have been ringing. I just mentioned your channel a moment ago because I've got you featured next weekend, right? And then hopefully everybody's having a good time connecting. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here and see what else is happening. There's In Rachel's Place. And with 740, hopefully we can push you a little bit closer to the 750 that must be on your mind right now. But you've also got the featured channels collaboration going on as we have with you. Pardon me. I love talking about this because this is a kind of collaboration that anybody can do with their channel. You have to be on a computer. You can't do it with a phone. But when you feature channels on your front page like this, you are basically saying to your audience and to the YouTube algorithms that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then when some of those channels hopefully feature you in return, they are saying to the YouTube algorithms and to their audience that you are worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on your audiences and on the YouTube algorithms. So I think it's a great collaboration that anybody can do. And then if anybody here has featured tuberchat or my personal channel on their front page, please make sure I know so that I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that with both channels. Thank you very much, London Kev. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. We're back Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times will be changing. If you have the ability, it might be late for you, but I will be doing a live stream in 3 hours on my personal channel where we're just going to do questions and answers. If anybody wants to connect with me there, I just left a message from my personal account as well. And thank you to everybody who's been sharing us. I keep getting notifications more and more every week. More people are helping out and sharing on community tabs, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Georgia Bulldogs and That Blue Moon have made videos specifically for tuberchat, which we featured on our front page now. We've got lots of other creators that have done shout out videos, and I appreciate that as well. And those are now featured on our front page. It really does help anytime you share, so I appreciate that, whether it's on the community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and everywhere else. And of course, if you haven't already, I appreciate the thumbs up as well, because it helps the stream, helps tuberchat move in the algorithms. And on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off for a second, but it only takes a moment. You don't lose your place, and then you're right back into the chat. So thank you very much. And then I will spin. We'll get another channel up here. And Rachel's Place was just featured on tuberchat recently. That's a dynamic and loyal creator that keeps coming back again and again. So is the Essence of Sonia. As a matter of fact, I think they were just featured like back to back or within days of each other. Here's the Essence of Sonia with well over 500. You're more than halfway on your way towards your 1,000. And forgive me, somebody's trying to get in, somebody new from Instagram. So I'm going to see if I can help them. Oh, Switnessy shared us. Thank you, Switnessy. Wonder if I can do this right now. I don't know if you guys have seen, how many of you have followed tuberchat on Instagram. I have a special reply that I save and I use constantly to reply to people on Instagram. So for instance, when I get a message, I'm not going to out this creator, but I will show you, like I get messages like this all the time. Hey, sub for sub. So what I do is I respond, and I'll read you what I say. If you haven't already followed us on Instagram, I hope that you will. tuberchat is focused on quality connections from dedicated and loyal supporters who will continually return to your channel to watch videos, leave genuine comments, give you thumbs up, and all the things we need as growing YouTubers. It's not a sub for sub network, but it might be for you. We live stream 4 times a week and hope you'll check it out. So hopefully what that does, when somebody sees a really long speech like that, hopefully they figure I take it too seriously. And then if somebody's just interested in sub for sub, they just don't bother coming in. But what it does is it allows me to pick out the people who may take it seriously, even though they're familiar with sub for sub, and still make it in here and then hopefully come along with the way that we do things. We want to always maximize our impact for everybody. My BS Life will be looking forward to their premiere in just over a couple of hours. So I'm glad you're still hanging out. And then Michael and Paul is on Facebook. Donut Toys and Games and Michael and Paul are just making playlist arrangements. One of the things you can do, like, so I know I put a lot of focus on starting relationships, and where possible, if you can connect on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere else, then that's great because the relationship starts. Now you can talk to each other and you find a friendship building, right? But if not, what you can do, for instance, is simply start running somebody's playlist. Some of you already know this because I've swapped playlists with you. And then I will say, this looks like a great place to start watching all of your content. Looking forward to everything you've got to offer here, or something like that. I leave a long-winded comment, but that lets them know I've started running it, right? And then they can run as well. You can make those arrangements right here and then just go ahead and do it if you want. Whatever's the most comfortable for you. And I'm glad everybody's having a good time connecting. I'm going to pull another channel up here. The Essence of Sonia swaps playlists as well, does the feature channels collaboration. And she's doing okay for posting pretty frequently, including yesterday's live stream. Venom for Life. Okay, let's just make sure you're here because I don't know if I've seen you for a few minutes. No, Venom for Life is already gone. Let's spin again. Michael and Paula. So I had the pleasure of hanging out with Michael and Paula again in a live stream the other day, and I always have a good time talking to Michael from Michael and Paula from Sweden. When I switch here, it'll show, yeah, this live stream. So just a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact, and you can see I've hung out a few times. But I always have a good time talking to Michael and Paula. That's a dynamic creator that's willing to swap playlists now, I see, as well today. And putting out some dynamic content as well. I'm glad the Unsalted Kitchen is still in the house. So hopefully everybody just remembers that it's easiest to go first. Always, I preach all the time that you want to give much more than you ever expect to receive on YouTube to get what you want, but you will eventually get it, especially if you do that. So by going first, you visit a channel, watch their video, leave them a comment, give them thumbs up, subscribe, and come back here and let them know. And then they can turn around and do the same thing for your channel. That's the best way to get it done here. So let me just see if I need to add anybody to the wheel or if I can keep spinning here. Jade and Sue. Last podcast before the world explodes. Mr. Fulton Mraz. Izzy's Life Vlogs is already there. Week's Flaw one we looked at. Nikki Antoinette. Okay, so let's spin and see what happens. See, it's unfortunate. Sometimes I put a name on the wheel and people don't know how the wheel works, and then so they leave. But I try not to visit channels after they've already gone because we can't ask them anything or talk about them and stuff like that. There's Izzy's Life Vlogs. This is somebody who comes back again and again, who's been a dedicated and loyal friend and supporter for months and months and months, who's aggressively working on their channel. And now with almost 600, my gosh, I wish we could have got you there today. It might be a little bit late for that now, but we'll get you a little bit closer. And by the time I see you again, you should have 600 and be nice and solid. So that's great. And keep grinding, keep working on that those numbers. Izzy's Life Vlogs also does the feature channels collaboration here and is willing to swap playlists if anybody wants to do that. I'm going to get you to pardon me just for a moment. Go ahead and keep connecting, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back in the house. Thank you very much. Izzy's Life Vlog, my pleasure to have your channel up here. Shen Zen Zen, good to see you again. Thank you very much. Shen Zen Zen, just so you know, earlier in the live stream at the very beginning today, we were talking about a couple of things. A lot of people have been asking me questions about chats, about emojis, if they affect watch time, and numbers in the chats, and moderators and stuff like that. So I went over a little bit of talk about that. I'm going to do another live stream in a couple of hours on my personal channel where it won't be as hectic as this. We can really talk about a few things if everybody wants to. So maybe you'll join me for that. But if you want, the first 15 minutes or so of this live stream has a bit of that stuff, me talking about chats, where the rules all came from, the stuff about the emojis and stuff like that. But you might find it interesting, but you might also have information you want to share with me too. So if you have a moment to check it out, I'd love it if you did. And then I'll spin. I didn't put myself back up. Here we go. Oh, I already showed the essence of Sonia. I forgot to take her off the wheel. Look at the luck you have today. The essence of Sonia. So here's last podcast before the world explodes. He's been back with us again. I think what's happening, Shen Zen Zen, is people are probably asking many different hosts of live streams the same questions and getting different answers, myself included. You know what I mean? I say what I say. I have my opinion. It may not match everybody and stuff like this. But I think there's just starting to be confusion because I'm getting so many questions the last little while. And it's not like nobody's saying names. I don't ask. I don't want to know. But we just want to make sure. What I would like is to know if anybody's heard anything different than I have so that I'm not giving out wrong information. But I'd hate to be doing that. But I just want to try to ease people's minds because confusion leads to fear and stuff like that as well. That's all that's about. Oh, pardon me. My back is just something else today. We're expecting thunderstorms here, and it affects a lot of people. With headaches, barometric pressure, I guess, does things to people and this and that. I was hoping to go outside today. So you're going to listen to me whine and complain for a second. But I knew that the weather was forecasted to say thunderstorms, but I was hoping that it just wasn't going to happen, but it looks like it might. So I'm going to do a live stream at home instead of going out. And I was going to show off Niagara Falls again, but I'll save it for next weekend. But when when you see me doing this, I don't usually do this so much, but I think it's just from the, if I could guess the barometric pressure, I don't know anything about it. I forget, we had a channel who used to come in here and was talking about that stuff. Not barometric pressure, but like your back and your joints and stuff like that. Look, Mom on the big screen. Yeah. My pleasure to have you up here and give everybody a quick look at your chat. I'm going to put Jaden up in a second, but I'm glad you're well past 100 now. So with 108, you're nice and solid, and hopefully we can push you a little bit farther. And by the time I see you again, hopefully next Friday, then you'll have a few more, and then we can get you moving farther towards the 200 that will soon be on your mind. So Jaden, I was about to put up. I don't want to skip Jaden. Jaden's here with us every live stream. Oh, Caroline Eats All, thanks for saying that. Hopefully I can, it could be helpful to all of us. Hopefully we can share some information. Let me get Jaden up here. I'm going to get you to pardon me for one more second. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry about that. Last podcast before the world explodes. Happy to help. Happy to have your channel up there. I had a good time watching your video when we first connected, when I did the thing where I put it in the watch later list the other day. This is Jaden Sue. Jaden is with us all the time here at TuberChat, does the featured channels collaboration as well, which is wonderful to see. So that's a loyal and dedicated supporter who continues to come back again and again. Not to mention they engage the conversation too, which I really enjoy. I'm just making sure that I'm not behind on anything, leaving anybody out. I had somebody trying to get in here earlier. Didn't know how to connect. Here they are. Oh, they are. Okay, hopefully we'll get somebody in here. Sometimes I'll get messages because for those of you who follow on Instagram already, I hope that you will if you haven't already. But oh, Lightworth Studios, good to see you again. Thank you. If you haven't already, when I feature channels every day, what it means is I put the channel up as the first channel of the day. We talk about it for a minute. I also make the thumbnail for the live stream, feature that channel as well. I post it out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit as a minimum. So it helps. So when we get some of these things on Instagram, for instance, somebody might ask me if they haven't heard of TuberChat before, how do we join, or how do I get in there, or whatever. And then it just takes a simple response to let them know, hey, we're just live streaming, come find us. And there we go. So here, I'm going to give you Berlinda Engman. And then I'm going to walk away again for a second. So I have to get you to just excuse me. So here's Berlinda Engman. This is a creator that has been back again and again with TuberChat, somebody who I am about to swap playlists with, so they're willing to do that. And when I look at your playlist, here we go, Berlinda Engman. So you've got a playlist with all your videos. She's ready to swap with anybody that wants to. And I'm just going to leave you to look at that for a quick second, and I'll be right back. Okay, pardon me, everybody. Thank you for that. I am almost back in action. Oh, Hoops Family Network just walked in the house. So thank you for that. Here we go. Let me see how we're doing here. So hopefully everybody's having a good time still connecting and meeting new friends and family members. Let me spin the wheel, and you get Hoops Family Network on there in a second. Hoops Family Network is not only a moderator, but a dear friend, somebody who has been with me since way before the beginning of tuberchat. This is the one channel that introduced me to the small YouTuber community and a lot of, pardon me, the channels that you hear me talk about all the time, and is inspirational in the creation of tuberchat. This is Mick for Real. Mick for Real is going to be a featured channel next week. I was hanging out in the Hoops Family Network premiere right before we went on for today. Wonder if I can get a link for this person. Somebody's trying to get in from Instagram who's never been here before, and I just want to see if I can get them help them get here. I think I've got it. My pleasure. My pleasure coming to the premiere. Looks like you guys were having a good time. I haven't done nearly enough. Like, I've been doing outdoor live streams around Niagara Falls, but not so interactive. It's usually just me walking around. A couple of times, like, Kira's been with me, but she kind of is like just with me, like in the background. It's not like we're really doing many activities. The other day I went down to Clifton Hill, which is the major tourist area. It's the heart of the tourist area in Niagara Falls. There's tons of activities and restaurants and things to do and everything else. And we haven't done any of it yet. So the thought is eventually we'll get around to doing some of the actual stuff. Pardon me, and that'll be entertaining, but that's what you have. You had something going on. You guys were actually like, because you vlog. I haven't vlogged yet. I tried doing a vlog a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't like what I did, so I'm going to keep trying. But hopefully we'll get around to some of that stuff, and then that'll be entertaining to watch. Let me spin the wheel. I'll get another channel up here. There's Mr. Fulton Mraz. I don't imagine Mr. Fulton Mraz is still here, but I'll check, and I'll leave it up for a minute because Mr. Fulton Mraz is a generous and dedicated and loyal supporter who always shares for us. They share for us all the time. So I'm happy to have a look at their channel for a second. Oh, Mr. Fulton Mraz is still here. Okay. And I did put up Jade and Sue's channel about 15 minutes ago. So I'm happy to see Mr. Fulton Mraz. They're very generous. There's the 21st birthday party right there. And then you've already got some more videos going. You're doing a great job of posting videos frequently, so that's wonderful. Mikazuki YouTube, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us again. I keep changing the times of the tuberchat live streams, so I'm glad you're able to catch us. And I'm going to see what I'm doing here. I'm just looking at another window over here to see what all's happening. We'll have to see what we want to do. So let me, forgive me, I don't mean to get distracted. I'm just looking at what's happening in another window over there. I didn't mean to take Mr. Fulton Miraz off the wheel, but I'll spin. We'll get another channel after Mr. Fulton Miraz. I don't know if Nikki Antoinette is still here either. Oh, you might be. You might be still here. So forgive me, Nikki Antoinette. Yes, let's get you up on the screen right now. This is obviously a very dynamic creator. We can tell by the thumbnails and the expression here. So I've got a little bit of learning to do about your channel, but it looks like you've got a lot of stuff here for everybody to explore and get a good idea of what you've got going on here. All right. And then I will, just for fun, I'll spin. We'll put the Hoops Family Network up. I'll take one more time to remind everybody, if you haven't already, I'd love it if you give a thumbs up. It really does help. I know on a phone you have to shut the chat off for a second to do it. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment, but it really does help. Thank you, Nikki Antoinette. Yeah, I'm happy to have put your channel up. I'm hoping to learn more about your channel and what you're doing as time goes on. This is the Hoops Family Network. There's the premiere that I was talking about that they just did a couple of hours ago. And the Hoops Family Network is a generous and dedicated and loyal supporter, always, of many different channels. They have been with me. They actually introduced me to the small YouTuber community in a roundabout sort of way from many, many, many months ago. I think I had less than 200 subscribers when I first met the Hoops Family Network, and they started introducing me around to Cooking with Q and More and Vern's Junk Closet and a bunch of other channels that are still with us today. And it was from them that inspired the idea basically behind tuberchat. When I saw the other grow streams, I figured I could do one of these things. There's enough generous and dedicated, loyal creators that are willing to support each other. And I figured a community could be built around this, just a little bit different than everybody else, but still along the same lines. And tuberchat is chugging along just nicely. So the Hoops Family Network also does the Shoutout Saturday videos. I talk about this all the time. They used to do them as videos, but now they recently started doing them as live streams. So that's something to catch. And as you connect with the Hoops Family Network and continue to support them, you'll likely find yourself in one of those Shoutout Saturday videos. They're on episode number 41 coming up now. So Thank you very much, everybody, for the time you've spent today. If you don't mind, we'll do another TuberChat raid. And we will head over to Aisha, who is a dynamic creator who's been with us many times here at TuberChat. By clicking the link that I'm dropping in the chat here, and then just say TuberChat raid when you get over there, and we'll be able to keep connecting. And there's already a few familiar faces in the chat over there as well. So thank you, everybody, again, for the time that you spent today. Don't forget, I'm going to be going live. My BS Life has a premiere in 2 hours. I'll be going live right after that on my personal channel. Hopefully you'll connect with me there. And we can do Q&A. We can talk about YouTube and whatever else you'd like. Oak Style, forgive me, we're just wrapping up for today. But I'm happy that you made it just for the last second. We're just going to go and raid Aisha. So if everybody wouldn't mind, click that link that I dropped and say TuberChat raid when you're on your way over there. And I'll appreciate it. And then we will see you all. Oh, DJ998. Yeah, we don't do jackets here. We don't have moderators. We're just wrapping up for right now. Did you just come in from Instagram? Is that you that was talking to me? I'm just curious. We're just going to head over to this other channel that I just dropped a link for and do a TuberChat raid on our way over there, and we can continue connecting. And I'll appreciate everybody for doing that for us. Okay, thanks, everyone.